Hello everyone. In this video we are going to talk about computer hardware architecture. So before starting a new programming language, you should have a little bit knowledge about how computers work and how computers are built. If you look deep inside any computing device or any computer or a cell phone, you will find few important parts are very common in all those computing devices. And these parts are CPU, main memory, secondary memory, and input output devices, and a network connection to transfer data over a network. So let's talk about how computers work and what are the important parts of a computer. So coming to the CPU, this is also called the brain of a computer, which performs the basic operations and exchanges data with memory or peripherals. So if your computer is having 1 gigahertz processor, it means that processor is able to perform 1 billion operations per second. That is 1 billion operations per second. So if your computer has 3.6 gigahertz, it means it is able to perform 3.6 billion operations per second. So in simple terms, the higher the gigahertz, the faster your processor is able to perform the operations or calculation. So in simple terms, the higher the gigahertz, the faster the CPU is able to perform the operations and is able to execute any program. And the main memory is used to store the information which the CPU needs very rapidly. So it is as fast as CPU, but as the computer goes power off or when you turn off the computer, the stored data vanishes from the main memory. That's why we need another memory which is secondary memory. So this secondary memory is able to store the information even when you turn off the computer. So you can store the data permanently into this secondary memory. And some examples of secondary memory are pen drives, CD drives, and the input output devices include keyboard, mouse, touchpad, speakers, and network cards are used to connect to other computers to transfer the data over the network. So as a programmer, your job is to use all these resources to solve a particular problem very efficiently. So most of the times you would be talking to CPU and giving it commands. So for interacting with the CPU or giving instruction to the CPU, you need something called a program, which is a set of instructions. And the group of instructions is called a program. And the act of writing the instructions is called programming. In order to become a good programmer, you need two important skills. The first one is to know a programming language, and the second one is to tell a story. In programming, our program is the story, and the problem you are trying to solve is the idea. So once you learn a programming language, it is very easy for you to understand or learn any other programming language because different programming languages may have different syntax, that is different grammars, but the idea behind solving a problem, that is problem solving, is same across all the different programming languages.